Hey, Shuckers fans, welcome to Arizona. I'm your broadcaster, Javik Blake, and we found the man who's making a triumphant return to Biloxi. We had to unretire the number and everything. I'm here with Shuckers 2026 manager, Mike Guerrero. Mikey, it is so great to have you back in Biloxi. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me, and it's actually feels like I never left. I'm returning to a place that I really cherish and have a lot of people that are really good friends and people that I know, and I think Biloxi is a big part of me.
What was it like when those conversations were coming up this offseason and you started to get the feeling that you were going to be headed back to a place that's really kind of been home for you for the past decade?
Well, it was actually the end of the January. End of January when, seems like things were turning my way, and we were looking for somebody to fit them all, and, all the arrows started pointing at me. So, and I'm happy. I'm happy just to be able to help the players and getting them over the hump and, bridge them out to go wherever they need to go. I think it's a big part of what we do, seasoning player for the next level of the big leagues, and really happy to come back.
What excites you the most about just being back in a manager role?
Well, it's I think it's seeing the groups that, because over in the position that I was, I'm overseeing a lot of people, but I also get to help a lot of people. It changed a little bit because you have a small group and you can actually help a lot of people and guiding and through the tough moment, because baseball isn't easy. There's so much negative around baseball, and we're trying to lead them into the right path and to be successful.
One of the big things that was really a staple of your tenure in Biloxi is how good you were not only with the infielders but with young players as well. And you look at the organization up and down, and there's a lot of great infielders, and they're all really young. What's it going to be like in this 2026 season working with those guys, especially the guys like Jesus Medei and potentially Luis Pena? And Medei's not going to be 19 till May.
Well, the best thing that we can look at it is actually when you're really young is educational. Teaching a good routine, teaching how to be professional, teaching how we prepare ourselves to be working the big leagues, not just at the level of AA, but teaching how we prepare ourselves in the highest level, so you can become one. They cannot come to Biloxi and think that I'm going to play like a AA player, because you're going to stay there for long term. We want you to come to Biloxi and in your mind, you think that you're a big league player playing AA, play that level like you're in the big leagues, so you can perform to that level. And now we're finding ourselves in the right direction. But for the most part, it's educational. There are so many teaching moments in baseball, and being a really young group, they're going to make mistakes, but the right thing is show them the right path and teaching and see where it takes them.
You talk about the teaching and the growth. I know in the last 2 years in your infield roving role, you and Cooper Pratt have worked a lot together, and you've really get to see him grow. You get into camp this year, and manager Pat Murphy on the Brewers has been raving about him pretty much from the start. But how much pride does that give you when you see a guy who's come through this organization, grown in such a big way, and is now almost ready to make that step up to the major league level?
Well, it's give you the satisfaction that what you're doing for the kids is the right thing to do. Prepare them for that level is our main thing. And we as an organization understand that we got a small market. We got to be able to do that all the time, not just one time. We got to be consistent. We got to be able to teach them. We're not here to coach attitude, or we're not here to coach effort. But the good thing about it is that if you have all those intangible, and then we can work with a lot of things and help you out to get where you need to go.
This has obviously been, for a lot of guys, a big camp. We've seen a lot of former Shuckers doing big things on the big league side, a lot of opportunities as well for them. Which guys on the offense and the pitching side have really stood out to you this camp?
Well, I think the Shuckers going to have a lot of guys that had some experience, but really mature team, really young team in those terms, but really very skillful. And when we're talking about a tool set, they really have a lot of tools to get developed immature. So there are going to be ups and downs. I believe that, but it's a good group. It can be really resilient, and if we put everything together, it's going to be a fun season.
Definitely seems that way. And you talk about guys who have gone on to do big things. And I know Nestor Corder came out to you today, and you were giving him a big hug, calling him champion of the world. But a lot of your former players were in the World Baseball Classic. Jackson Churio, Abner Uribe, Bryce Terang. How incredible was it to see what they did on the world stage, and especially Churio winning it all? And he's still, 22 years old?
He is still 22 years old. He keeps learning in the big leagues. We haven't see his full potential, and the future is bright for him. And I'm so happy to see some of the former players that I have perform at that level. And like you mentioned, Uribe, Bryce. I'm really happy for Contreras. I've spent some time with him in the big league spring training and during the season the past couple of years. Nestor played for me in the Dominican Summer League. So I know Nestor. He's been in the organization a long time. That group is so exciting and so happy for them to be able to conquer a tough remark. I think yes, I'm Dominican, rooting for them. But once you have so many people that you care about and all that, you feel so happy what they have achieved. My hat to them, and they haven't reached their highest potential, and we're looking forward for them to do with the Brewers.
We hopefully have a lot of guys in Biloxi this year that are going to be reaching that full potential with Milwaukee very, very soon. But what is the number one thing you're looking forward to in Biloxi, whether it's the food, the golf, the weather, the beach? What's number one for you?
I think it's everything. I think what is special about Biloxi is everything. I think the Southern League is the toughest league in baseball. You don't see that many players going from AA to the big leagues, and we have achieved probably the highest number than any organization, and we're proud, and that's a reflection of of every part of the organization. From scouting, from player development, from IT, from R&D, everyone. Putting everything together for us for the players to be successful. It's about them, not about us. I think that's the main thing. And like I said, I would like this thing to be resilient at all time. You're not done until the 27 hours is cut.
Should be a lot of fun this year, Mikey. Appreciate the time. We're so excited to have you back, and I know the fans will give you a nice round of applause when you walk out of that dugout for opening day.
I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Should be a lot of fun, Mikey. Thanks so much.
Thank you.